welcome to my channel. We're going to take a look at this knife, but first, Rick has made the wise choice of this dinosaur. He's hefty too. It's not like it's, filled with air. This thing's solid. I like it because they took a little time with the paint, They painted the teeth, the tongue area, the eyes. They gave it a little bit more of a shade of green. They put some work into it. So this is a good dinosaur to have. So also I'm gonna throw in a couple of eyeballs for you, Rick. These come in pretty handy. I was having an issue with my eyes, and then I found a bag of eyeballs. So I got replacement eyeballs to last me for a while. So you're gonna get those guys. I'll leave those there. They're not just any old eyeballs, because if you drop them, they're weighted so that they land, they're balanced. There must be a little weight down here. It's funny. Yeah, your eye, it's always going to be pointing one way or the other. All right, quit playing around. All right, this one is in order to appease the Yellow Knives Matter faction. I went through my list of yellow knives that I didn't have. If you remember, I've got a little notebook lying around somewhere. Oh, I'm going to throw in a tiny little notebook for you too. Only for your mini compositions, not your maxi compositions. It's 50 sheets. It's ruled. And yeah, so you'll have that along with your dinosaur. And I'll probably throw in some pencils, like sharpened pencils and stuff like that. But anyway, let's get back to this guy. This is a classic carbon one. It came with this. This is already like built into the yellow dye, and you can see a lot of times these are inexpensive. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but it's pretty cheap. Glue. I haven't cleaned this up. This is how it came out of the box. Not bad. This is really good fit and finish on here. Let me see if we can get this out. A lot of glare going on. Maybe I did some zoomage. Oh yeah, there we go. And this is really zoomed in. Ooh, dirty hands. Hand model. No, we're not on Danny Dinos. It's alright on mine. Only on Danny Dinos do you get a violation for that. Alright, it has the rectal thermometer. The big RT. Pinched bolsters. Slanted. See, it would have been, if you want to do something, just leave that slant on there. I understand. We're kicking a dead horse, but still, I like to kick it when I see it. Alright, you got a swedge. Oh man, this guy needs some work. There's a half stop there. But getting to that one, look, it really just doesn't land into that one. A lot of these, I understand. Oh man, that's strong. Wow. The pull, see now, if you're talking about what's the pull on that blade, it changes. It changes on it, I think like, a lot of times on the pull, man, that's pretty weak. It's got a fairly good close. And the open is, man, when it gets to that. But it's going to need some oil. If you get one of these, this is what you can expect a lot of times on an inexpensive Rough Rider. Not bad fit and finish. You're going to find some minor flaws. The pull is going to be a roll of the dice. It depends on when it was manufactured, whether or not it's got a half stop. That's a really crappy action going into that half stop there, which you see it right now. It's got a little bit of a bottom snap to it. There's like no snap here. I'd say it's about a 5 or a 6 going into that. I had snapping into that, but going from here, oh my God. If my nail was in there, it'd be up to like an 8 or a 9. But I'm not even going to try that. I'm gripping it like this with both fingers over here. Man, I got to get out here to lever it. Yeah, that's a 10 going into that. That is odd. It looks fairly clean in there, but yeah, it needs some oil and it needs to be worked in and out. But man, you are not going to... That's strange too. Coming out of it is much easier than going into it. I mean, it's not super easy, but you're not going to have to worry about this thing opening on you. Look at the number here again. RR. What's your number? Identify yourself. Halt! Who goes there? I can't read that. It's laser etch. RR1736. Man, now you can see it. Like, man, I cannot see that. I like carbon steel because you can patina it if you want to. If you look at Big Red EDC's test on various, on 1095 carbon steel, which this is, I think it's T10, which is similar. A blade that's been patinaed did almost as good as a lot of all those other things that were out there, those super lubricants and stuff, which most people knew that back in the day, you know. If it developed a patina, it was usually because you were using to cut apples and stuff like that. It would develop a natural one. I don't remember anybody doing it intentionally, but, you know, I wasn't super into all the stuff of the knife world. When I had a knife, they usually took it away from me. Hey, what's he got in his hand again? All right, let's try this guy. Oh, man. It starts off strong, but it gets stronger right here. Like from there to there, probably a 7. Oh, man. I'd rate that as about an 8. All right, let's see if we can do this. Oh, yeah, another one of those. Oh, man. That's the danger. Right there. That's the danger of that little blade. I had to get out here for leverage and naked. We don't want to show too much of this. YouTube might censor me for showing gushing blood. It's not gushing, but yeah. See? Yellow knives, man. That's why I try to appease them. See, it started off with the yellow knife, and then another one, and then they wanted attention, and then, all right, I got to take care of this because really, one of those things when you self-rate your video, you know, is are you showing blood? I think they want you to not show, you know, like a bunch of gore, but something like that happens. That's educational too. It's not for the intent to shock and awe. Shock and awe. Aw. Shock. Ow. And awe. Aw. There. Where were we? Solimo. Flexible. Absorbent wound pads. Sterile. Yeah. Yeah, I just demonstrated to you the dangers of too strong of a pull on a little blade. Besides being a pain in the butt, man, when it does lock, those really are strong. I'm going to have to oil them and be very careful with them. But what I was talking about Yellow Knives Matter was, at first, you know, there was one, and then there was another one, and then they started developing an attitude. All the other knives were fine, but when they started developing an attitude, think of it like a 50s motorcycle gang in high school. You know, they're wearing their leather jackets and they're talking tough and they're cutting line and they bump people and start stuff when a bunch of them are around. Never when one of them's alone. Kind of like bullies. But I started appeasing them by saying, okay, I'll agree. I'll get one yellow knife a month just to make you guys happy. And that shut them up a little bit. Well, then other knife colors started, Red Knives Matter started happening, and, you know, as a defensive thing against that. And they weren't really into it. They didn't get all belligerent like that, you know, like the yellow knives. Then they wanted their own section, their own little section. So I got them their own storage space, and that shut them up for quite a while. But I didn't buy a knife for a while. You see what happens? You see what happens? So I did get them another yellow knife, but I guess they told them, hey, if you want to join the clan, we know you're a yellow knife, but you got to cut him. You got to cut him on video to get in. That's your initiation. So here's the newest yellow knife. He can go with all the rest of them in there. I gave him the knife roll as their thing. We're not going to measure you. We're going to use the regular measurements. And you've seen the blades. We can look at the centering if that bothers people. But what's more important is the pull on a knife and a half stop. You see how that half stop was supposed to be a safe thing? Wasn't that safe, was it? Because if it was a consistent thing, then I wouldn't have to fight that hump right there. And I would have been able to ease that in without winding up with a wound. So there is no such thing as a safe, you know, like weapon or a safe anything. You know, you can't really make them idiot proof, or it won't even do its function. Yeah, a safe knife it has no sharp edges at all. That's safe. Not a knife anymore either. So there, yeah, that's what I'm just saying. Watch out with your yellow knives. If you agree anything with them, you know, and you slip that contract, you will pay. They will draw blood from you. Next time you handle them, next time you get another one, something like that will happen. Anyways, it comes in this box, classic carbon, with a yellow composition handle that never goes out of style. That's what I kind of like about them too, is besides being visible, it comes in this little wax paper. Don't eat that. Throw away. Should I throw it? Can I just drop it? Do I have to really like wind up like a pitch and throw it? So yeah, there you go. Watch out for yellow knives. If you collect them and stuff like that, and you set up any kind of like verbal or written contract with them. I didn't sign any papers, but so like that. You saw what happens. They don't need papers. We don't need your stinking papers. Yeah, thank you for watching, and be careful when handling your knives, especially yellow knives. Here it says CC. CC, senor, we will get you. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day. Alright, I feel like an idiot. They set me up. I already had this knife. The difference between this one is there's a much easier pull on this classic carbon. I looked at it and said, maybe I bought this one earlier, but no. The serial number, the model number is etched in on this one. The earlier ones, it was like rubber stamped or something. So they set me up. Now, on the pin blade on this one, it is a strong pull also, coming up to there, but it's even stronger going this way, and it's just as dangerous. There's a lot of friction in there. I don't think I oiled this one or cleaned it up. I believe I've even bought it recently. I don't know. I know this because when I'm typing in the number, I was editing the video and I was typing in the number, and it just popped right up. If it's a number, if it's a Rough Rider like RR something that I haven't done before, it won't autofill. It won't try to autofill that one. But it knew. It said, oh, you mean RR 1736? I went, how do you know that already? And then I was looking through pictures. I was adding pictures in the lab, and I saw Dewey. Dewey sitting there, see, with this classic carbon knife. Now, what's a coincidence that they would somehow make me order another one, and it's like a hit job, That guy comes in, cuts me, and if anything goes bad, he's got a little defect to, identify him as the assassin. If anything goes bad, they can toss him out and they can say, well, we didn't have anything to do with it. It wasn't our fault. Spokesman, huh? Spokesman, huh, Dewey? Yeah, I was set up. The way that happened was when I went to make my little list of classic carbon knives, I looked at all the ones in the knife rolls, and the ones that I didn't have, I wrote down on the list. But I forgot I keep them separate in the canoes, and I had, where's the non-assassin? I had this guy sitting in there, which I'm going to put back in there. I guess I've got one to keep in the box of all canoes, and one to keep in the Yellow Knives Matters roll, so they'll be happy. They'll have their full complement of forces in there. But watch out for these guys. And I'm Dewey, you can be replaced. You know that Y on your chest can be removed, and it won't be laser tattoo removal. No, it can be carved off your chest. So just keep that in mind, you guys. Playing these little tricks on me. Watch out for YKM. It's Halloween, and they're out for blood. So thank you for watching. Be careful. Trick or treat. Pulled a trick on me. You ain't getting no treats. I see what's going on now. Look at that. He got his Y finished back up and then completed the rest of his tat. This was an obvious setup. So that other knife, I'm going to keep the non-assassin knife. Well, this is the assassin right here. The assassin can be, let me know if you want it in a giveaway, because I still got it in the box, and literally the only thing it is cut is me, and I'll wipe that. There wasn't gushing blood, so wipe that off. I can include that in here because I don't want to encourage that one to stick around. This time it was just a little nick. Next time, who knows? And if you do, y'all want that in a giveaway, just be aware that penknife has got a pretty wicked pull on it. You're gonna need. I'm not gonna work on it. I don't want to encourage it. I can see what they're doing. Like, oh, if you don't get him the first time, when he's working on it again and trying to loosen you up, you got another opportunity to cut him. No, I'm not falling for that. I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night. You're not pulling that trick on me again. So yeah, this guy will probably go on a giveaway. Just be aware. It's got a history to it. It's got a history. And it might try it on you, because the knife, sometimes that's the way a knife shows that they like you. Well, I don't, just because a knife likes me by cutting me, doesn't mean I have to like it back. And that one, I like it. I like the knife itself. I'm not afraid of it. So if we keep it here, I'm going to try to tame it. I'll try to take some of that pull out of it. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you think that would be a good giveaway thing, and if enough people think it's cool, then yeah, it can go on a giveaway, because I'm coming up to my 3-year anniversary, and I've almost got 1,000 videos on this channel right here. I'm working on it, but I almost got 1,000 videos in 3 years. So when both of those equal up, I'm going to do a little giveaway just to celebrate that. Just to, like, there you go. I've endured 3 years. I'm still here. And I've got more people watching the channel, which I appreciate. Thank you. And just be careful with the yellow knives. And yeah, he got himself tatted up. Yeah, I saw. Now you can't hide it. Before I was like, what's that Y for? Why are you asking these questions? I want to know. That's why I want to know. Well, I found out. I found out it was you. You guys set it up. You and the yellow knives. All right. Well, I don't want this to be a scary Halloween story, so Peppy had something to do with it because he probably finished that tat up for him.